I'm currently at an impasse. I have not slept for days. I have exactly 217 games, and they're taking up exactly 252.9 megabytes. I have no more room to play the game I want to play the most. I want to play the Barbie games. I searched deep and wide on the dark web just so I could find out a way to pull this off without removing any of these 217 games, and I think I've discovered it. So I'm going to use this program that I've been using for a while now. It's called Pingoo, Pngoo, and it's basically a lossless reducer for art, and it's going to take the artwork for the NES, SNES Classic, and reduce it so you can get more games. So I'm going to have this open. I'm going to put output to the same directory, and I would highly recommend backing up your games folder before you mess around with stuff like this. That way you can revert back to it if you screw it up. Anyways, I'm going to add the files. I'm going right to my Games NES folder. And I'm going to search for the PNG files. And I'm going to add all of them. And I'm going to go up to the color settings. And I'm going to change it to 128 with dither. And it's lossless reduction. It would be extremely difficult for you to be able to ascertain whether or not it's any different than the source file. And I'm going to let these convert. And while these are converting, I'm going to go over another thing. Previously on the NES Classic, we were able to have a flash capacity of approximately 338 megabytes. That's a tremendous difference between the 252 megabytes that we're getting on the SNES Classic. The reason for this is because the 21 default games on the SNES Classic, along with their artwork, are overmounted to a different directory, and they take up approximately 80 megabytes of space. These are a permanent fixture on the mini SNES so that you can't mess your system up. In any case, the ones on the NES Classic only took about 20 megabytes. That's why we're able to do so much more. The NAND flash chip memory is approximately the same overall, but the games that are overmounted to a different directory are different. So you have 252 megabyte approximately on the SNES Classic and 338 megabyte approximately on the NES Classic. As of right now, for my modules, I only have my custom version of RetroArch, along with Clusters 2010. And I'm going to be modifying mine to add his command line arguments and such. And I'll show you what I mean by that when I do a refresh in a few minutes here. Anyways, let's see if this program finished the process. It's still converting them. It should be done in about a minute or so. Usually you won't be able to touch this window at all until it's done converting, but it does a tremendous difference as far as megabyte usage on your NES, SNES Classic. So we'll give that a few seconds. There's a few games I want to add beyond the 217 games it's allowing me right now. I want to play my Three Ninjas Kickback, my Barbie games, Home Improvement, and Shaq Fu. And I'm not going to rest until I can play these 4 games. I mean, I need them more than anything. So let's see what this program's done here. It's converting basically 217 times 2 because it's doing all the small pings as well. Now it's officially done. So we don't need that program anymore. And it says 252.9, 252.9. I'm going to close Hackshi. And I'm going to reopen it, and we're going to see what we gain back from losslessly reducing the art. We have 239 megabytes, so we gained about 13 megabytes back. So now I can add my Three Ninjas Kickback. I can add my Barbie games. I could add my Shaq Fu. And my Home Improvement. and I still have room to spare. Anyways, I'm going to go to settings here. Pages, folder structure, custom show folders manager every time. Then I'm going to go to sync these. And you cannot run all of these in the same directory. You need to separate them so that you don't have C8 errors. So I'm just going to take approximately 50 of these per folder. So I'll take the first 50 here. Put that in folder number 1. Then I'll take the next 50. And I have a few that I previously flashed, and I'm just going to move to a different directory here. So I'm doing approximately 50 per folder. Now I'm all happy with what I have here, so I'm going to click OK and flash. And we'll see what happens. Now we can play Barbie, Shaq Fu, Home Improvement, Three Ninjas Kickback. And once we test those out, I'm going to show you the nifty command line argument that you could use to switch over from Canoe to 9X. And within the next few days, I'm going to do another video on incredibly bad games that should have never been made, and Barbie Explorer for PlayStation 1 is going to make that list. It's a Tomb Raider wannabe game starring Barbie. So far, so good. We'll see if we run out of space or not here. And this is why I like the debug version. You can see exactly what you're working with here. So we're actually flashing 244 megabytes total of data. And we see what we're already using for save states and other modules. We got 12.6 megabyte usage for my RetroArch and my SNES 9X right now. Okay, we're going to switch over to the SNES Classic. We're going to test these Barbie games out. And I hope Barbie works with Canoe. I'll be pretty frustrated if it doesn't. I'm going to turn the light off in the background real fast. And as I said before, every once in a while you turn the system on after flashing and your controller will not register. I'm just going to power off and right back on and it should be good to go. Sometimes you can unplug the controller and it does the same thing. This is the thing that was affected on the NES Classic as well last year. So we're going to my Super Nintendo folders. Oh, I forgot to put artwork on the other ones. Oh well. And a few other games I forgot to put artwork on. Anyways, if you put like over 63 to 65 games per folder, you're going to end up running into C8 errors because they will not be able to load into memory. On the NES Classic, you're able to do about 100 per folder. On here, thus far, you can do about 63. That may change with improvements on Hackshi and such. But we're going to try out, how about Three Ninjas Kickback? And I'm also currently ripping the entire Sega CD collection, and we could have crappy Three Ninjas Kickback with a fantastic OST soundtrack. So why do games like Star Ocean not work on the SNES Classic with Canoe, but a game like this does? That's ridiculous. What? Did he say let's murderize them? Why did I never own this game back in the day? If I would have known this game existed,